Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another week of Kit Conspiracy, which I'm combining with a Some Assemblage Required video, meaning I will be using a few products from Some Assemblage Required. Today I am sharing what is actually a bonus layout, but this is the first layout that I have created with this kit. I am doing a series of photos from my niece's baby shower with this particular collection because all of her decorations and such were all these little woodland critters, and I thought it matched perfectly. So you'll see that in the photographs here and there. I'm just looking at the banner options here. I know I want to use a banner on this page. I am using the invitation. I apologize for that big white square with a smiley face on it, but it is covering up personal information with regard to like her address and phone number and such. So I wanted to keep that private on for her. The back side has this piece that I am fussy cutting out. So it's this little wreath piece. That is actually the back side of the invitation. We are using Pretty Little Studios Ginger Snap collection this week, and it's quite different. It's very fall. It has some fall sayings in it, but it's also got these little critters in it, which I think are super cute. And so I'm going to go ahead and marry it up with these photos just for that purpose because it just, I don't think it could have been more perfect. And actually, we had this collection picked prior to my knowledge of what her baby shower was going to be or what the theme would be. So it was a pleasant surprise. I also have these wood veneer pieces from MK's shop. They are super cute with these little bears and trees, and I'm going to use those. I think they're adorable and they go perfectly with the collection. And with the photos that I'm using, I am also using some of the charms that came in the September monthly embellishment box from Some Assemblage Required. They are leaves and feathers, it looks like. I mean, yeah, it's leaves and feathers. There's a few gold ones and some silver ones. I am using the gold ones on this particular layout. I will be using some of the silver ones further along in this collection, but I thought the gold ones went really well with this particular layout. They just kind of matched better, you guys. I really like how they look hanging with the banner because there's already some faux leaves hanging on that banner that are just printed on. And so adding the actual real charms just adds to the dimension and the interest level up in that banner, and I think it's super cute. So I'm going to take the jump rings off of the banners, or off of the little leaves or feathers in this case. I think on this one they're all feathers. On the next one that I do later in the week, there will be leaves. So anyway, I thought they went super well. I'm going to take the jump rings off and use some twine to go ahead and attach them. I'm also going to attach one to this Pinky Peach ticket that I am tucking in at the bottom of my invitation here. The little tiny picture that you see at the bottom there, it is one of the table decorations, and it says Welcome Baby on it, and that's why I decided to go ahead and include it. It's got a bunch of woodland critters on it, and it also says Welcome Baby, so you know it is a baby shower, and I thought it was really cute, so I wanted to include that. I did print a whole bunch of smaller photos in this. It's probably about 2x3, a little bit smaller than a 2x3 size, so that I could kind of put them on the different layouts throughout the week so that you get kind of like an idea of what some of the decorations look like. But I don't just have an entire page of decorations. So I thought that was a really good way to kind of bring in the motif and the theme without creating an entire page, which was an option, but I think it looks really cute this way, and so that's what I'm going with. So these wood veneer pieces, they are adhesive backed. They are 1/16 of an inch thick, so thin wood veneer. And they do have a masking on the top. So if you purchase wood veneer from MK, make sure you remove the masking because the masking will over time degrade the quality of the wood veneer. So you need to remove it. You can use some tweezers to peel it off if you've got fingernails that will work like fingernails that are long enough, you can go ahead and do it that way. You can also take a really strong tape, like duct tape or Gorilla Tape or something like that, and kind of burnish it on the top of the wood and then peel it off, and it will also peel off the masking. So I am using this stencil from Kaisercraft. It is a type of wood. I can't remember what it's called. I'll try to remember to put the link down below, but it's a really old one, so I don't know that this is even available anymore. But I am taking some frayed burlap ink, and I am just putting it through that stencil to kind of darken up the background, because I am using white paper for my background. I know this collection has more paper in it than our first collection, but I also know that I have a lot of photos to go through for this baby shower, so I want to make sure that I have enough patterned paper to go across all of the layouts that I need to do to complete this particular portion of her album. And I think this is a good way to do it. I'm marrying up some of the paper with some mixed media, but I'm keeping it kind of simple. So just a little frayed burlap through that stencil. I am going to do a little bit of inking around the edges of the paper as well. You'll see that coming up here in just a bit. I went ahead and added a little bit of the frayed burlap ink to the outside edges of the invitation and those tickets that say single fare on them. I also added some of the leaves from the package of leaves that we got from the Ginger Snap collection behind the tree on the far left hand side, behind that circular spot that I'm adding a little dimensional tape to. I'm adding some foam tape to that because there are wood trees below it, and I want to make sure that there is a little bit of support under the center of that circular piece so that it doesn't get squashed down in the album, just because it's resting the edges of it on the trees. So that I want to make sure that it's got proper support under it. Hopefully that makes sense. Now I've got a little bit of twine that I am going to use to not adhere to hang these feathers from, and this is just like almost like, I don't know, almost like a hemp twine. It's not hemp though, but it's just a brown that goes really well with this. It's a natural, maybe jute, but it's really thin. So I really like the way that that looks. It brings in another texture and a little bit more interest down in the bottom there where the leaves are hanging from. And then it's also going to bring some texture up here to the banner. Now I pulled the jump rings off because I think they add a little bit of dimension that I'm not interested in on this particular layout. Like, it makes those little leaves stick out more. And so I pulled the jump rings off and I just put the twine through the hole at the top of each of those feathers. And one is longer than the other for this little top section, which is nice because I like them to hang so they're not perfectly aligned. And so I think that worked really well as well. And then I will also use a glue dot to adhere where the knot is so that it's got a little extra support. So that banner did keep bending as I was working with it, but once it's down on the page, it's fine. It's also popped up onto some foam tape, as you can see there, and then I'm just using a little liquid glue to hold it down in place. And it is the same height as the trees and that little circular piece that's in the bottom left hand corner, and then I've got the bear on the right hand side that is also the same height, dimensionally speaking, in the layout or in the album. So I think that works well. I'm not adding a bunch more height to the layout by adding these varying pieces and the foam tape. It's all just a 1/16 of an inch, and I really like the way that it's looking. Like I said, I am going to grunge up these edges here with a little bit more frayed burlap, and I like how that's looking. It's giving it a little bit more of a woodsy look, and that is it, you guys. Don't forget that MK might have a layout for you today. I have no idea if she's got a bonus layout, but we will both be here on Friday with our official layout for the week. Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday, and then a kit share on Wednesday each week in November. So go and join the Kit Conspiracy Facebook group if you're interested in playing along or just checking it out. We look forward to seeing you there, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.